2021 marks 20 years of guitar playing for me, and I think it's about time I get to pretend I'm James Hetfield. Just a little bit. Hello guys, and welcome to my website, youtube.com. On this episode of Questionable Guitar Mods, I'm wearing gloves, I'm shaking a spray can, and I open a box.
Coming soon on cable, your stereo and TV unite to bring you video music in stereo 24 hours.
It's the mid-90s and I'm being exposed to all kinds of amazing music from the era. From bands like Van Halen, Iron Maiden, Offspring, Metallica and so many others. And Metallica was definitely my favorite band at the time, as you can see in this picture of my room from that era. Visually, all I knew about the band was from a handful of pictures I downloaded from my dial-up connection at home and the occasional MTV video clip. I wasn't playing guitar back then, but the sounds and imagery were definitely being imprinted in my brain, especially those Explorer-shaped guitars James was playing. He has an amazing stage presence, and those Explorers made it even more imposing and heavy. For this build, I wanted something reminiscent of those times, something I would normally never attempt to have. I wanted something metal. I wanted an Explorer. Plus, sometimes you just gotta leave shredding and soloing aside and just sit alone in your house and just go gaga gaga gaga, and then just keep going gaga 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 all day until all your neighbors will must move out and you'll be as alone as you wanna be. That's the added advantage of an Explorer purchase. Loneliness.
I like gaga gaga, but gotta get back in Gaga's shape.
In the vast majority of cases, metal means skulls, blood, bones, and the color black. But there's another way. And this is the point, by the way, where any association with Hetfield and Metallica ends. We are now stepping into the La La Land. So, how do we do this? Well, first things first, I made sure I play authentic, and then ordered a cheap copy of an Explorer online.
We've been warned. We're looking out.
And now it was time to choose a theme. I knew I wanted something from the 90s, and I went through various iterations of graphics, colors, hardware, wirings, you name it, until I saw this thing. And what the fuck is this, you ask? Well, let me tell you. This hilarious and creepy face was on the cover of a bag of snacks for a short period of time in the 90s in Greece. I'm not sure if they were sold anywhere else like this, with this branding or packaging, but nevertheless, I had my inspiration. I mean, just look at it. It's looking straight into your soul, judging you.
Making you want to do terrible things.
Fuck my pussy! Fuck my pussy! Fuck my pussy! Fuck my
Right, so back to guitar building. This is the stage when I applied the initial primer to the body and then sanded it down. I did this to fill the pores of the mahogany body in order for the paint to stick properly and create an even finish. And I'm now working on the neck, very carefully masking off the areas of the neck that are going to be painted. And then doing the same with the neck, applying the primer. I'm doing this with a brush because I can't really spray primer where I'm working, but it should in theory provide the same result. And now it's time to focus on the pickguard. I'm gonna remove the plastic cover and then sand it down to remove the glossy finish. I'm looking for a relatively rough surface for the paint to stick onto, because I'm gonna paint this. So I did one layer of black off camera, and then I'm masking off the sides only, because the next color is red. Now, the moment of truth, it's time to remove the masking tape from the sides of the pickguard to reveal the black outline. And it seems to be working. It's good enough, I guess. And here's the body. One coat of black paint. I'm sanding down the surface because the spray can I use creates sort of a textured or fuzzy surface. And as you can probably tell, there's a lot of sanding going on. And the neck is ready for painting. Then for the body, I wanted a red color with a black outline, sort of like a black binding. So this is a vinyl masking tape. I'm applying it at the edge of the body, and then with a heat gun I'm slightly heating it up, and that really helps, especially around corners. And I'm gonna do the rest of the body. So here she is, ready for the next stage. And the neck has received its first layer of red paint. Looks nice. And then it was time to work on the graphics. And yet again, a massive thank you to Joanna, who helped me with the graphics. I'm gonna link her channel in the top right. So if you like to see videos that contain actual talent, check her videos out. Right, moment of truth. I'm removing the red masking tape to reveal the black line underneath. Looks okay for the most part. There are some tiny imperfections, but that's fully fixable later, like this one. That's easily fixable with a small brush. So after I cut the stickers by hand, I used a black marker to paint over small imperfections in the cut around the perimeter of the paper and create a more even outline.
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
And since all the graphics were in place, it was time to apply the clear coat. This is basically a two-part clear coat in a can. This is an amazing material and can provide amazing results, but since it's basically poison, you need to wear a mask and gloves. Shit. Yeah, much better. So this is the beginning of sanding down the neck. You can clearly see it clearly needs more work for the shiny parts to disappear, because we want as smooth a surface as possible. And by the way, I think I'm working with 800 grit for this one. And it was time to sand the body. And I have my sanding paper wrapped around this foam pad, because I wanted to touch the surface of the body as evenly as possible. And this is how you activate the clear coat. But that's a whole different video, I guess. But it's now time to remove the masking tape off the neck and see what's underneath there. Well, it doesn't look amazing. This is how the neck came with the kit. It clearly needs some work, so I'm sanding down the edges of the neck. This will soften the edges of the frets and create a more played feel for the ebony. And of course I need to work on the frets as well. So after masking off the fretboard, I applied some metal polish. And then with the Dremel, I'm polishing the frets. This will provide a shiny finish and remove any scratching, especially when bending strings. And this is a set of Harley Benson tuners. This is nothing amazing, but it's a billion times better than what the kit came with. And for the pickups, I went all out and got a set of Doug Aldridge bridge and neck pickups. These are really high output and should sound amazing. I'm now cleaning the neck, because although it was never played, it was really dirty. And it's now time to make it shiny. So if you made it this far in the video, you must really be enjoying what you see. So please consider subscribing. It really helps with the channel. Thank you.